Hey guys, I'm Big Mac Davis here, and welcome back to some more Doom 3 BFG Edition for the PC, played through Steam on the Veteran difficulty setting. This is Area 23, Central Processing, I think. No, Main Processing. This is where we are now.
I am waiting for you, waiting to kill you.
Alright, Sergeant Kelly, it's down to you, and it's down to me. Who will be the victor? Well, before we can decide who the victor is, we have a lot of enemies to plow through. So, the first thing we're going to do in this hellhole that we're in is just go straight ahead, don't worry about any enemies here, and grab the armor and the rocket launcher. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn left and run backwards with the rocket launcher ready. And then we're going to run back to where we were. For the Commando Zombie with the chain gun is already dead, but there's 2 Revenants coming for us as well. And also maybe a couple of Trites as well will be coming for us, but in this case not. Once all the enemies are quelled, the next thing that we're going to do is go to the right side. Oh, here come the Trites. Once you go on the right side, you can pick up some items along the way and quell a few more Trites. Make sure to grab the plasma cells that were here. Once all the Trites are dead, we're again going to go down the left side now. Kill a couple of imps, but also watch out for another Commando Zombie with a chain. And more Trites. So see, what I've basically done with this room that we're in is I've systematically gotten the enemies to be released. What you could do instead is just run around the entire donut-shaped area and come back over here and alert absolutely everybody and have yourself a massive firefight, but that's definitely very risky and not really what we want to do in a walkthrough. Grab the adrenaline here on this crate, but the left side is not where we want to go. Let's head down the right side, because it gives us a good advantage for a certain enemy. Let's be ready for him.
I look into your soul.
It's an arch vial. Okay, so obviously I walked in the room too far. The arch vial does not spawn that imp. What happens is if you walk fully into this room after you kill the arch vial and then the wraiths that he spawns is an imp will also spawn in this room. Now what we're going to do is take care of... how do we best approach this? Here's the door that leads out of this room. So what I'm going to do is have my rockets ready. There's the Revenant. Now once he's dead and we gather up the supplies that we need, when we approach the door again, let's be ready with our soul cube this time. Now, see, that's why it's very important that you kill the Archvile literally as quickly as you possibly can. Because if you don't, he will summon Wraiths 2 at a time. And they're not close together either. They are spread out. But we'll grab the supplies we need around this base, and we'll finally continue through the next door. This is a gigantic chasm, and a hellhole down below, so let's call the bridge.
Warning, security bridge in motion.
Now for this bridge, I like to have the chain gun ready. For a cacodemon. One single cacodemon needs to die. And once he dies, 2 more cacodemons will spawn. Yay! We love cacodemons, don't we? Well, come on down here and bite me, gentlemen. Once they're both dead, we can now investigate the control panel.
Select bridge destination. Security clearance denied.
Obtain security clearance to access central processing, so that's what we need to do. We already came from CPU bank, so let's go to the server bank. Now through here, there are a couple of imps. So make sure they both die, and before we do anything else, let's go through the double doors and take care of a Commando Zombie. And now we're free to investigate the room next door of all the supplies that we may need from here. And by the way, the single door does take you to the same room that the double doors do. But once you walk out a certain ways, an imp will spawn in the double doors. So just watch out for that. There is a Commando Zombie down below as well. He'll run through that bottom door and come through the top door. That's right, just shoot him in the crotch until he dies. That's a fast death for a Commando Zombie. We see some supplies on the upper platform there, but we'll get to those once we actually get down to the bottom level and clear that area out. So let's continue on. I want to be careful of some trites. You will come across the occasional trite infestation that you need to put down. The first office area on the right side just has some supplies and some more trites. So we'll just deal with them as they come. And now we're on the bottom level, but we must be careful on the bottom level with the red pipes, because on the right side is a hidden imp. So let's surprise him. Here we go. Surprise has been given. Now through the next door are a couple more imps. See, we have the supplies up above, so let's now go back up and get them. Because otherwise, if you were to grab them right away and jump down from the upper platform, you'd have all those enemies surrounding you, and that's never a good thing. Just shoot out the glass. Run and jump. Now, to get down without taking any damage, what you want to do is turn around and drop down onto the crate. Or or the filing cabinet, whatever it is. And we can continue into the final office area. Now we have a video playing of the BFG 9000 right here, but we will actually listen to that later when it's more relevant. We grab the PDA of Steve Toulouse. So let's see what Steve...
Smell your fear.
Let's see what Steve Toulouse has to say. No audio logs on file. Steve, I've been noticing a steady degradation in file system performance on server A12. Could you please head up to the 3rd floor and look into the problem? I'm working on matter transference problems for the guys in Delta, and all my data is stored on that server. If we have backups from last night, could you please restore them to server A17 if it's not in use? I can patch into that server to continue my work. Thanks, Henry. Steve, corporate needs the new BFG video I placed in your office uploaded to the server and placed on our internal website. Don't forget to convert it to a .uac MOV so it'll play on all terminals. Fire me an email when it's up. I can't wait to see it. Brian. Yes, we will get access to the physical copy of the BFG video shortly, and that's when we'll view it, when it's more relevant. And you'll see why I say that. On our way back, be careful of a couple of imps. Once they're both dead, we're free to go to central processing if we want to, but we must be careful of a cacodemon on the other side of the control panel. Oh, not right here, actually. I apologize, I misinformed you. It's actually later. We could go to central processing right now that we have the security clearance, but let's go to storage first. Storage is a nice place to be. The first area we're going to go is on the left side through the door. Now, I like to walk in this storage area backwards for an imp. Once the imp is dead, we're free to grab all the supplies from this small storage room if we so desire. And let's slowly continue down the hallway because we have a Commando Zombie. Now, if we keep going down the hallway slowly, we have another Commando Zombie. And another Commando Zombie. Basically, 3 Commando Zombies in a row. My goodness, what were they doing in this area? I don't want to ask, actually. Not with 3 tentacles in play. I really don't want to find out what they were doing. Through here, if we listen, we can hear a revenant. He's actually behind this wall as a trap. We can grab the BFG cell just fine, but if we grab this health pack, which I can't do right now, that trap will open up with the revenant. So we'll bypass that for right now. Now this next room is what I call a chain of events sort of thing. We're going to want to get rid of the Revenant not as fast as possible, because once he dies, the chain of events starts. Don't worry about rushing to kill him. But now you want to be careful of an Archvile. Once he dies, get the heck out of there. Because he summons a couple of wraiths. Oh, well, I took damage. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted, actually. Otherwise, I would use a grenade to take damage. But let's go ahead and get that trap going. Now, his rockets can't penetrate the chain link fence. Now we'll go in the room with the very first Revenant. And my goodness, it's a nice haul of supplies. There is a reason, by the way, that I did not use the Soul Cube on the Arch Vial. I want to have a full charge on the Soul Cube. You'll see why. So now let's head back from where we came. And this time, there'll be a cacodemon behind the control panel. So make sure that he dies. And now, finally, we can go to central processing.
Security clearance accepted.
Now, run through. And wait for 2 cacodemons to come for you. Once they're both dead, we're now free to go into central processing. And this is where we want our full charge of the Soul Cube ready. Here we have the video of the BFG 9000, so let's watch it. BFG 9000 briefing.
Representing the pinnacle of UAC research and design, the BFG 9000 is the most advanced firearm ever designed. Fully self-contained and deployed as a handheld platform, it is capable of an excessive amount of firepower. The BFG 9000 contains sophisticated friend or foe technology that discriminates targets in real time. Each projectile contains a small but very powerful computer core that actively maintains targeting and delivers a stream charge down each beam to soften targets before detonation. The detonation stage of the projectile is devastating. Targets within 15 meters of the flashpoint are not likely to survive. While not recommended for small quarter combat, the BFG 9000 is ideal in the field and against multiple targets. The only foreseeable defense is small arms ballistics. If the projectile is destroyed before exploding, the computer core cannot process the final fusion reaction, resulting in a less than optimal detonation. For more information, contact the UAC's Advanced Weapons Department.
Okay, so we see that there is a weakness with the BFG 9000. When you fire the big blob of energy, if somebody shoots that blob of energy with a small arms projectile like a pistol or a machine gun or a chain gun, then the big blob of energy will explode, but it won't be a very powerful explosion at all. And since Sergeant Kelly stole Campbell's BFG, he might be using that gun against us. Handy knowledge to know. Anyway, this is it. Beyond this door, we see our sergeant. And he does not look good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be quiet as I fight, but basically this fight is rather easy. But I will let the fight continue on so you guys can see a little of what he does. So, without further ado, let's get this fight started.
Welcome to the mess hall.
Ow. That really hurt, actually. Oh my gosh. What a fight that was. 5 rockets to his body and then the soul cube, and he will die. The BFG is a multi-staged weapon. The longer the trigger is held, the larger the charge. We already know this, but since this is a free BFG, we don't have to work for it. The game assumes this is our very first BFG. Sergeant Kelly. Oh my gosh. What happened to you? He's like, there's his face, but then a blob of demon flesh, a mechanical arm, the BFG in his other hand, hoses attached to the back of his head, and he has a tank. He rides on a tank. The real question is, was Sergeant Kelly working with the demons from the very beginning? And the answer to that question is I don't know, as I go around gathering up the supplies that I may need, from around the pillars and from inside the rooms. I don't know the answer to that question, actually. I assume that he willingly joined the demonic side, but that he was either coerced to do so or forced to do so. But I don't think he was always working with them, because either that or he was very convincing, especially when he told somebody, when he told that soldier over the intercom, "Stay sharp, son, we'll find you." He was so nice and gentle and kind. And now this. What an attitude change. But then sometimes people can fool you. Let's crawl through the vent shaft and continue on. Don't miss the supplies on the left side if you need them. But yeah, basically with Sergeant Kelly, when he shoots the BFG at you, you can switch to a ballistic weapon and actually destroy the BFG cells in midair, and they will stop doing damage to you. But that's it. We are done with the main processing, and next time we are going to be in Site 3 at long last. The dig site that we've been hearing about for so long is finally going to be investigated by us. And so, until we see each other again next time, I'm Big Mac Davis here, and I will see you when I see you guys in that video. So take care, everybody.